Welcome to this channel. Don't forget to like, to share, and also to subscribe to our channel. Edo State is in the news. PDP disowned as a Agbemi statement over criticism of Okpebholo. The Edo State chapter of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) has dissociated itself from a recent statement credited to one Tony Aigbe, described it as the self-styled and factional chairman of the now defunct Obaseki Group or Camp. The PDP declared that they said Tony Aigbe is not the acting chairman of Edo PDP and lacked the legitimacy, moral standing, and the party endorsement to speak on our behalf. In a statement released Thursday by the State Publicity Secretary, Bob Manuel Umoru, the opposition party said Tony Aigbe's propaganda belongs in the graveyard of Obaseki's failed legacy, not in the public discourse of today's Edo. He should be more concerned about helping his former principal account for the hundreds of millions of dollars that disappeared under his watch. Mr. Aigbe's empty rhetoric failed to mention the total sum Obaseki borrowed, nor could he identify a single landmark project tied to those funds. The loans allegedly taken for agriculture, infrastructure, and other classified purposes vanished into a black hole, leaving Edo people to bear the burden of debt without a trace of development. Let it be clearly stated, the Edo PDP is not opposed to one Governor Monday Okpebholo's effort to secure loans for meaningful infrastructural development. We urge him to ensure such loans are transparently utilized and directed at projects that will tangibly improve the lives of our people. As a party, we are committed to responsible opposition, constructive, not bitter. We will hold the ruling party accountable, demand performance, and ensure that the promises made to the good people of Edo State are not forgotten. But we will not allow impostors and political relics to speak for us. The Edo PDP belongs to the people, not to those who sold it for crumbs. Well, the politics in Edo State is not going to end very soon because, of course, it's expected that the opposition should have a robust standing so as to give it to the ruling party fire for fire, but constructively. But then, if you look at the opposition right now, the PDP is also having crack in his house. I think what is happening at the national level of PDP is now having a ripple effect even at the state level. Maybe as a result of the fact that the tribunal has declared Okpebholo winner and also the Court of Appeal has also done the same thing to uphold it, and they feel that, well, as long as that is done, they need to come together now and consolidate as a party and then begin to plan on how to have a formidable opposition. But then, if a statement is coming from one organ of or one particular faction now in PDP, I'll call it a bloc, and is speaking on the behalf of the party as a whole, I think to a large extent, if the party now comes out to deny or to dissuade themselves, to separate themselves, distance themselves from such statement, it means that there is a fire on the mountain. It seems that there is something within the party. It seems there is a external struggle within PDP in Edo State. And it's a bad precedent anyway, since the PDP at the national level is not getting its heart right. It's a very, very bad precedent for the state in Edo again to have issues. Because number one, if there is a formidable opposition, of course the governor will be on his toe to perform, which we can see the president doing so when there was so much noise at the national level. He had to develop, deliver the numbers, and in 2 years, the numbers are rolling in for the president. Courtesy formidable opposition. So no society or a democracy thrives without a formidable opposition. This is very, very important. And I think Edo State needs it so that these PDP people will put their hearts in order. Because I cannot imagine them at this level that they are coming to, distant from someone's statement is from among them, even though it might not be constitutionally right for that man to speak on behalf of the party because he's not part of the executive. But then I think if he say he's a member of the PDP, they should give him a benefit of that and calling him and privately approaching him and telling him in reality you don't turn yourself to a spokesperson when you are not part of the executive. But that's not the case in PDP now. They had to wash their dirty linens in public. Just yesterday, even the chairman of the party mentioned that he has cancelled the 100th, NEC meeting and asked the secretary Ayamu to resume office. Then the following day, the board of trustees came to counter that statement that Ayamu is not recognized, but his assistant 10, which is Setonji, is recognized to be acting as the secretary of PDP. And also, they issue a statement that the 100th NEC meeting will still hold on 30th of June. This is showing that the house is not in order. And we are not saying that this is not happening in every other places, but at this critical moment that PDP is, they need little or no disagreement. And I think this is what is happening to at the state level. Probably after they realize that they have spent so much and they have been spent, and yet they lose the election, they want to now regroup and form a strong opposition. But unfortunately, some decided to speak out, not bothering to understand the stand of PDP in the state. Of course, I must also commend Governor Okpebholo for doing something that the opposition can categorically say that they agree with, that they are only going to give him a constructive criticism. That is a plus, a thumbs up for the governor. Because for anybody who has, opponent to do something and your opponent is clapping and giving you kudos, it means that you have really, really done a lot of work on that person. But this Mr. Tony Aigbe is not the acting chairman of Edo PDP, and he lacks the legitimacy, the moral standing, and party endorsement to speak on our behalf. That's the statement of PDP, even to Mr. Tony Aigbe, because he is parading himself as the head of a factional Obaseki group or something like that. But then, be it as it may, I think to a large extent, constructive criticism, like PDP said they will, engage in Edo State, should be their focus, and they should try to quench every, amber of fire of discord that may be brewing even in their midst, just to make sure that everything work in line and they be able to, keep the, ruling party at work. And at the end of 4 years, the people will be happy for it, and then Nigeria will be a better place, and also Edo State. Remember to like, to share, and also to subscribe to our channel. Thank you.